Welcome to Cage TV with Mr. Cage, the home of realities and facts of life. Make sure you don't touch that dial. Mr. Cage and the Cage TV got you covered.
Hey family, this is your brother Mr. Cage right here on Cage TV. And so today I want us to take a different route, okay? Because there's so many questions that people are asking in regards to, football. Especially in regards to the just ended or played game. The legendary game, that was between Zambia Legends and the Barca Legends, all right, which went in favor of the Zambian Legends. Of course, they emerged victorious by, beating Barcelona by 3-0. Now, there are three main important or five main factors that I want us to look at. I want to look at Kalusha Bwalya. I want to look at Kamanga. I want to look at Faz. I want to look at Minstrel Sports as well, all right? And of course, just a bit, I want us to look at Honorable Minister Elvis Tshala Nkandu. Right. Obviously, some of you that are football fanatics, you've been following what's been happening, especially with the coming in of, this particular game. But now, for starters, I want us to give a bit of the background or the profile of probably who Kalusha Bwalya is. That is the question, all right? So, who is Kalusha Bwalya? Okay, very important question to ask, and it needs answers. So Kalusha Bwalya is currently serving as a standing committee member of both FIFA and CAF. Kalusha Bwalya. Alright, from 2008 to 2016, he served as first president before he lost to the now president, Andrew Kamanga. Alright, Kalusha Bwalya was named African Footballer of the Year in 1988 by the magazine France Football, and was later in 1999 nominated for FIFA World Player of the Year, where he was voted 12th, best player in the world. All right, so Kalusha Bwalya, during his tenure as president of FAZ, it is during this time that Zambia actually won their first ever Africa Cup of Nations in 2012, captained by Christopher Katongo, and he was the first president, and of course coached by Hervé Renard. All right, now let's move on and find out who Andrew Kamanga is. Andrew Kamanga is a Zambian football administrator and current FAZ president. He was also, that's Andrew Kamanga, he was also chairperson for Kabwe Warriors Football Club and was elected FAZ president in 2016, all right, taking over from Kalusha Bwalya. So one thing that we need to highlight or not take away from Andrew Kamanga is that he has been influential, he's played a role in the Zambian football, except that it has been in the area of administration. All right. Now, obviously, a lot of you know very well that prior to the legendary game, there was so much fracas that just erupted between Minstrel Sports and FAZ. Now, here is the question. What are the roles? What are the roles, all right, of Ministry of Sports where football is concerned? So in short, who is Ministry of Sports? The role of Ministry of Sports is basically to coordinate and organize sports. Remember, every kind of sport that is played in Zambia is coordinated and organized by Ministry of Sports. Nowadays, they have also incorporated art, which means they've taken up also the organization and coordination of music in Zambia. Art, every kind of art, be it martial art, all right? This is why today, as we speak, we have two permanent secretaries, all right, reporting or helping the running of this ministry, helping Minister Elvis Tshala Nkandu, helped of course by Pilato, who is actually Fumba Chama, and Pastor Kangwa Chileshe. Is it Kangwa Chileshe? I think so, Kangwa Chileshe. Right now, here is the thing. Due to the overwhelming responsibilities placed on the shoulders of Ministry of Sports, right? They have decided way back, even before he came into power, all right, or into that office, to delegate the footballing aspect to the board, governing board, the association called FAS. So FAS oversees all the footballing responsibilities in this country. So FAS, Ministry of Sports, being overwhelmed with all of these responsibilities, decided to share this responsibility of football specifically to FAS as an association or governing body of football. So now, here's the thing. Who is FAS? FAS simply means Football Association of Zambia. FAS is an abbreviation or an acronym, if you like. All right. This is a governing body of football, futsal, and beach soccer in Zambia. So we are saying it is a legal entity registered under the National Sports Council Act, chapter number 148 of the laws of Zambia. So in essence, what we are saying is that Ministry of Sports is basically the boss of what? FAS. Ministry of Sports is the boss. In other words, FAS reports to Ministry of Sports. Now, I have a clip that I want to play for you so that you understand why all of this and where we're coming from. All right? And so let's just have a look at this particular clip involving the Minister of Sports and FAS President Andrew Kamanga. And so here we go.
FAS to clarify a number of issues surrounding the
Andrew Kamanga.
Barcelona game, which is being organized by the ministry, as well as the comments which have been attributed to the ministry, and the general feeling that FAS is not in support of this game.
Barcelona.
So that's Minister Elvis Shala Kando.
Chipolopolo Legends. First, by the name itself, Chipolopolo Legends. When did we start Chipolopolo? It's not 2012. I thought I should clear that issue because me, I'm a very good follower of what is happening. Some people want to turn the Barcelona Chipolopolo into politics.
Okay, wanting to turn
Chipolopolo
Barcelona game into
politics.
So the issue here is mainly about the jersey. Obviously, who is organizing
this FAS, game? We have no objection.
So Andrew Kamanga is
saying
they have no objection as far as
the ministry. I think they've got the right to do so.
He's confirmed the fact that Ministry of Sports have the right to organize this game.
Is obviously their prerogative.
Organizing and coordination.
However, I think there's a matter of concern, and I wish to state here, there's been an impression created that FAS has been part and parcel of the organization of this game.
So I wish giving us a disclaimer to the very fact that
not correct.
FAS were
One
not
issue of concern for us as
organizing
FAS was
of this game.
The use of the 2012 jersey.
I think there was a proposal that the team needed to use the 2012 jersey.
What jersey are they using? If I could miss it, there's nothing like that.
So he's now saying they are not even worried
about
it.
He is a 2012 player. Had to exchange his jersey. Kuliwa Barcelona. You have an issue. No, what's Nike, Uduwati, Copa, something that is not even in our minds. If we want as a ministry, we can even procure a jersey. ichiripo nefifyonse
So he's saying
twapanga
as
twavika
we have the
twavika
right
ku visit
to, like,
visit
just come to
Zambia,
Jersey
which
and,
I think
just say,
I'm going
Basa will
to
come to
explain,
Zambia.
because we have no objection to the team using that jersey per se, but I think we are raising our concern purely on the fact that this game is not a social game as has been
So
portrayed.
Basa Zambia game was supposed
It's
to be a
actually a
social game.
commercial game because people will
But
be
it's
paying
now a
to go
commercial
and watch the game. So
because
in that
of the charging
respect,
aspect, the
it
ticketing
changes
aspect.
from being a social activity to a commercial activity. And in the same breath, if you are having a commercial activity, then the rights of FAZ or the commercial interests of FAZ should obviously be considered. And I think this is where we are saying, if this game goes ahead and there's commercial interest, where are we sitting as FAZ? Yes,
So they're
the
worried
jersey
about
is an old
Nike
one.
being,
It's from
I think,
Nike.
the official
It's,
sponsors
2012,
of
but it does
this
have
particular
the logo of FAZ.
jersey,
And I
the
think
2012 jersey.
This is where we
All right,
have
now,
to
so
respect
there are a few things that we need to find out here.
copyright as well as
Number one, we know
intellectual
that
property.
Andrew Kamanga and Kalusha Wale are never in good terms. And so, obviously, Kalusha Wale, with his influence, we know that Barcelona have their academy here. And so, obviously, recently they played Nigeria. The same legendary team played Nigeria. And obviously, Kalusha Wale being friends of Okocha and others. So he said, why probably don't you guys also come to Zambia? Since you have an academy here, why don't you come to Zambia? And so we stage up this game. You know, it should be a social game. All right. Now, since Kalusha Wale and Kamanga are not in good terms, it proves to be very difficult for Kalusha Wale to go to Kamanga and say, these are the plans that I have. Instead, he goes to Minister of Sports, because obviously he has the interest of the nation, you know, the interest of the nation in terms of football at heart. So he goes to the minister and says, okay, so minister, what do we do? And the minister says, okay, so we have the rights, we can actually stage it without FAZ. Now, initially they wanted to use the 2012 jersey because the legendary to themselves, the target was the team that won 2012 Africa Cup. And obviously it would have made a lot of sense if at all they had used the jersey that they used during the finals. All right? Now, here is the thing. So, the moment that they bring in the picture the issue of the jersey, FAZ now comes in and says, where are we sitting as FAZ? Because there now be issues of copyright. Obviously, this they have intellectual property rights, okay? So they partnered, FAZ and Nike, in creating this jersey, designing and everything. I think also rumor has it, or record has it, that jersey was actually designed by Kalusha Wale. But in what capacity? And so he designed it, but then he can't claim anything because he didn't sign any contract to say I designed it, and so probably I can use it later on and stuff like that. Now, here is the thing. So all of this thing happens. Now, what are we taking out of all of this fracas? Number one, we witnessed a very bad ticketing system during this game and for this game. This is actually what made or gave allowance to the police officers to make money out of it. They were just charging at the gate. There were no tickets. Why? Because obviously Minister of Sports didn't do the right thing in terms of assessing how much should tickets be costing, and if it's 50, how many tickets for 50 do we need to make? For 100 kwacha, how many tickets do we need to make? So just within a few space of time, tickets for 100 kwacha and 50 kwacha were done. So they were only left with tickets for 200 kwacha going up. And the Zambian community, a lot of us cannot afford paying for 200, 300, 500 to go and watch a social game. Now, this was now no longer a social game because there were financial aspects in the picture. And now FAZ is saying, if you want to use us, what is our cut? Obviously, that is what Kamanga wanted to say. What is our cut? Now, here's the thing. Kamanga is a professional administrator. He's managed Cabo Warriors before, and he's managing the national club. The national club in terms of the national team, right? Karusha Mwale has the experience, has the connection. He's been a player. He's actually a qualified coach, and he's exposed. He's sitting on the sitting on the committee on FIFA and CAF. So he can easily connect Kamanga to all of these people. Obviously, Karusha and Ronaldinho, they talk. Obviously, they talk. This could be a plus to Zambia if at all this thing is managed properly. Now, here's the thing. Let's stop politicizing things that are not supposed to be politicized. Football is one thing that unites Zambians, regardless of what political party you belong to, regardless of what church or religion you belong to, regardless of your faith, regardless of your social status, regardless of your education. Football brings us together. And so, family, this is what I had for you. It's you to make a decision and so obviously help the nation. And so, shalom, shalom. God bless you.